Hi, Champion Summary Review here. Watch out and take care. Today we will be sharing a 2017 science fiction horror thriller television series titled The Mist. There are total of 10 episodes and all will be covered in this video. Please enjoy, like and subscribe to this channel to support. Kevin Copeland and his wife Eve live in a small town with their daughter Alex. Alex is raped at a party, and her friend Adrian tells her it was Jay Heasel, the quarterback of the football team. A thick mist soon sweeps through town, something deadly inside of which that begins killing people. Eve and Alex become entrapped at the local mall, while Kevin is stuck at the police station with Connor, Jay's dad and the sheriff and Adrian. Connor soon leaves Kevin and Adrian and goes to the local church, where Natalie Raven, whose husband was killed in the mist, and Father Romanov are hiding with several other townsfolk. Kevin and Adrian release 2 prisoners from the local jail. A paranoid soldier, Brian Hunt, an amnesiac who discovered the mist and came to town to warn everyone about it, and mysterious drug addict Mia Lambert. At the mall, Alex is disturbed to find Jay is also trapped there. Manager Gus Bradley takes control and decides to send someone down a hallway filled with mist to try to make contact using an emergency radio. Eve is chosen, but another survivor, Clint, goes with her, despite his friend's obvious worry. While attempting to make contact, Clint turns on Eve, who is then forced to defend herself against him and leave his body behind. At the police station, Kevin, Adrian, Brian, and Mia escape and make their way to the church. Natalie, still grieving her husband, starts to mentally unravel while Brian and Mia strike up an unlikely friendship. Connor continues to mistrust Kevin and his group, having already rearrested both Brian and Mia. At the mall, Jay's restless wanderings find that Clint's friends have killed themselves. Kevin pleads with Connor to release Brian and Mia. Connor indignantly provokes Kevin into assaulting him instead, giving Connor an excuse to arrest him. A distraught Natalie attempts to kill herself. Mikhail stops her, only to be killed himself. Natalie claims to have seen God. Adrian tricks Father Romanov and steals his keys. The 3 now free with Adrian, they escape the church. The mall group finds dog tags on the bodies of Clint's friends. They are ex-military. Wes, Clint's last remaining friend, is also military, but he denies any knowledge. Eve and Alex find a Jay-free area of the mall, despite Jay's occasional bids to convince Alex that he did not rape her. Ted and Vic, the game store employees, decide to use the dead bodies as bait. When the others discover this, the majority group decides to establish rules. When someone suggests throwing out those who are a danger to the group, Eve, Alex and a few others secede to another part of the mall. Alex comes up with the idea to release balloon SOS messages. Kevin's group escapes to a gas station. They encounter Clay, who has a working car. Searching for his son, he shows them a picture of someone they recently passed. While Kevin tells the group to withhold, Mia eventually reveals his son is dead, and Brian is shot in the ensuing confrontation. Clay finally relents them his car, staying behind to look for his son anyway. At the church, Natalie continually looks for something, seemingly a moth or deity. She reads up on the Black Spring, and strange circumstance in which many people died years previously, and she captures a spider in a jar, which she fixates on. Though Father Romanov kills the spider openly, hundreds of baby spiders replace the dead spider after she places it back in the jar. In the mall, Vic and Ted almost retrieve the bodies using a harpoon gun, but the line snags and breaks. Ted is brutally slain, and his body, thrown through a glass door, allows the mist into the mall and the nearby bookstore. Alex and Lila, reading, become trapped. Vic escapes, but Lila is murdered by a shadowy creature. Resultingly, Vic is ejected from the mall. Shelley rejoins the main group, conceding that Alex is a liar after Alex finally admits that the shadow creature simply didn't want her. Kevin's group arrives at the hospital, where a doctor treats Brian. Kevin's search for Eve and Alex turns up his brother, Mike, who's been impaled with rebar. Mia and Brian grow closer. Adrian runs into familiar face that bullies him, and then hooks up with him in the bathroom. Mike begs Kevin to end his suffering. Kevin refuses, asking the doctor to treat him. The doctor informs him that Mike can only be treated in the OR, which he won't dare reaching, but will communicate the operation via headset. The procedure is a startling success, but Kevin slips on the journey back, and the gurney gets overturned. Leeches overwhelm Mike, whom Kevin shoots out of mercy. Mia discovers another patient, the real Brian Hunt, who was an Arrowhead soldier. He reveals his attacker, Jonah Dixon, whose description matches Brian. Mia tricks Adrian out of the car keys and scoots. Jonah happens upon the real Brian, who recognizes him, and a brawl commences. In flashbacks, Kevin's devotion to Eve and Alex is shown. It is also revealed that Kevin is not Alex's biological father. From the previous episode, Brian confronts Jonah, but is overpowered. After a brief powwow, Kevin and Adrian discover the car stolen. While searching for another vehicle, Kevin stumbles upon Dr. Bailey prepping a patient to be fed to the mist in an attempt to understand it. Captured, Kevin is sedated and sealed in a room with the mist. After a couple brief hallucinations, his companions find and rescue him, killing Dr. Bailey in the process. Mia returns to her childhood home to search for her stash. After confronting her mother, who fails to persuade her to join her in death, she flees and drives back to the hospital. Concurrently, Eve and Alex goof around the mall to distract themselves. Then Eve goes to print flyers that state the government is coming, intending to sneakily distribute them. Gus discovers her and offers to help. While looting, Alex is locked in a break room by someone who then sets it ablaze. Saved by Jay, she accuses him of having started the fire, which he vehemently denies. He begs to stay at the docks, wary of the others since they expelled Vic. The mall survivors see the flyers, now outside, and become hopeful. At the church, Moore listen to Natalie, who tells Connor her belief that the mist is nature's purging. After a talk with a Father Romanov, a nervous Link lures Natalie to the attic to torture her into silence. However, she smashes a window and locks Link in the attic. Natalie asks Father Romanov if he knew, to questioning looks from the others. At the hospital, the power fails, forcing the doors open and letting the mist in. The group struggle in vain to get into the psych ward. At the hospital, Tyler joins Kevin's group, and they are led into the psych ward by a man named Nash after Mia reveals her mother was a patient. After being rejected by Jonah, Mia tells him what Brian told her, and implies her feelings for him, before asking him to help her get clean. Tyler apologizes to Adrian for bullying him in the past, and they sleep together, before Tyler wakes up to find Adrian missing. After Kevin finds corpses that Nash claims were evil, Nash says Adrian is evil too, and reveals himself to have locked Adrian in a room to kill him. Kevin convinces Nash he is evil, not Adrian, and trades himself for Adrian. They fight, and Kevin kills Nash. Mia's withdrawal causes Jonah to have flashes of his past. Tyler stays at the hospital while the others leave for the mall. At the mall, after hearing the main group threw Vic out, Eve plants a walkie-talkie with the group to listen to them. Gus is revealed to be hoarding rations in his office, and Shelley tries to turn the other survivors against Alex. At the church, after being beaten by Connor for allowing Link's actions, Father Romanov confronts Natalie, and challenges her to a trial by ordeal, to walk into the mist and see if they survive, to show the others what faith to follow. Natalie agrees, and strips naked before going outside and closing her eyes. Outside, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse arrive, and Pestilence impales Father Romanov before dragging him away. Natalie returns to the church, no longer challenged. On the way to the mall, the group drives by Adrian's house, and he goes to check on his parents while Mia and Jonah siphon more gas. Adrian finds that his mother is dead, and gets into an argument with his father. While siphoning gas, Mia and Jonah make love. Kevin finds Vic, having survived his banishment, who tells him about what is happening in the mall. After Adrian's father calls him out for his bisexuality, Adrian kills him and reveals he was the one who raped Alex. Kevin enters the house, where Adrian has cut himself, claiming his father attacked him and he killed him in self-defense. Kevin, looking for medicine, finds Adrian's mother's medication, and Adrian breaks down and confesses his rape of Alex. During his breakdown he knocks Kevin out and escapes, letting the mist into the house. He returns to the others and claims his father killed Kevin, and convinces them to go to the mall. At the mall, Eve asks Kimmy to find a room with no windows. Shelley witnesses Alex and Jay kissing. When they return to the group, Eve locks Jay in a storage locker underneath the loading dock. Shelley continues to show signs of breaking down. She later admits to Gus that she set the fire to kill Alex, unable to live with Alex surviving while her daughter died. Gus threatens to tell the group what she did, and she tells him she knows about his hoarding food. When she attempts to tell the others, he kills her. The others arrive, and after being accused of murder, Gus claims he found Shelley dead and saw Alex running away. At the church, Natalie tells the others about the Black Spring. Later, Connor reveals he believes Jay raped Alex. Natalie asks the group to go to the mall with her and Connor. After most of them refuse, she and those willing to follow leave, burning down the church behind them and killing those who stayed. At Adrian's house, Kevin is found by Vic, who stayed behind. They make it to a house, where Kevin reveals Adrian raped Alex. They decide to go to the mall by entering a house every few minutes, but eventually find a house with dead soldiers inside, and encounter a living man, who activates a grenade which lets the mist in, causing Kevin to see Officer Pundick, Mike and Nash, all of whom taunt him for his actions toward them. He then sees an apparition of himself, which he kills, before he and Vic take the car of the soldiers and make it to the mall, which Kevin enters. At the mall, the main group decides to throw Alex out, and Eve tries to protect her. Adrian, Mia and Jonah arrive at the mall, where Adrian separates from the others to find Alex. He finds Eve and Alex, and tells them Kevin is dead. They are hunted by Gus and others from the main group. When they are caught, they are locked in the same room as Jay. Wes encounters Jonah, and captures him, knocking him out. When Jonah awakens, Wes salutes him and refers to him as Sir. Traveling through the sewers to reach the mall, Trevor suffers a broken leg, and Ursula refuses to leave him. Connor stabs her and throws her down a ladder, leaving them to die by being eaten alive by rats. Connor and Natalie reach the mall alone. Kevin confronts Adrian and brutally beats him for raping Alex and leaving him for dead at Adrian's parents' home. He learns from Adrian that the mall survivors plan to exile Alex into the mist because they believe she had killed Shelley, and leaves with Mia to save her. Connor arrives at the mall with Natalie after being convinced by Natalie that Jay's death will end the Black Spring. After offering Jay to the mist, Connor makes his way to the mall's entrance where Eve tells him that Alex is his daughter. Kyle kills Kimmy when she protests their expulsion. Kevin intervenes and is quickly overpowered by the survivors and is forced out of the mall along with Alex, Eve and Mia. Outside, Alex is rescued from the mist by Jay and watches helplessly from the car as the mist kills him. Before they leave, Kevin crashes the car through the mall's entrance, allowing the mist inside to kill the survivors, including Natalie, while Gus barricades himself in his office. They are joined by Connor, who helps free the car from the wrecked entrance. The group spots a train and follows it to the nearest station, but is shocked when it discovers armed men offering civilians up to the mist. We hope you enjoy this video summary. Do remember to subscribe. Thank you.